What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to FudgeMuppet. My name is Scott, and today we are here with more Fallout 76 speculation. And remember to subscribe if you want more speculation, information, news, and eventually content when the game comes out. But today, we are talking about the possibility of a nuclear winter. So, let's first talk about West Virginia / Virginia, or the west of Virginia, wherever it could be set around there. And it already does have cold winters. They get snow, and there's lots of sort of mountain ranges, and these colder temperatures, it could be a cool fit. Like, I was basically just thinking, what about Fallout with snow? We've never really seen that before, and it could be really, really cool. Now, one of the main reasons I think it could be cold and snowy is it's a very short time after the war. The game is set in the year 2102, which is only 25 years after the bombs dropped worldwide, which, according to the science, would cause a nuclear winter, sharp drops in temperature. When hundreds of nukes all around the world are dropped, it's going to cause lots of physical damage, but with all of the firestorms and destruction, it will create lots of soot and dust that rises up into the stratosphere, absorbing up all the heat from the sun, causing the surface of the Earth to cool down, aka a nuclear winter. And in addition to this, there's the possible destruction of the ozone layer, which would let in more harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun, on top of the harmful nuclear radiation caused on the surface. You know, so you can have some radiation with your radiation. This makes surviving really damn hard. Crops fail with colder temperatures and less rain, animals die, hunger becomes a big issue. Well, I'm actually going to link you to a video by the Life Noggin channel which actually explains an experiment done about a possible nuclear winter, and it goes into it a bit, but essentially the gist of that video was that there are these scientists that simulated a scenario where a nuclear war happens between just Pakistan and India, dropping a total of 100 bombs, about the size of the one used in Hiroshima in World War II. The predictions of the results would be that within 5 years the world would drop by 1.6 degrees Celsius and would stay 1.1 degrees Celsius cooler for the next 20 years. Now, for starters, 1.1 degrees Celsius drop in temperature does not sound like a lot, but its impacts are already quite severe. Slightest degree changes can cause entire ecosystems to fail, but consider this experiment was a tiny nuclear war between two countries with 100 small nuclear bombs. This is nothing compared to the amount of bombs dropped in the Great War, many of which are probably far bigger and more advanced than those bombs used in World War II, which in context happened over 100 years before the Great War in the Fallout timeline. So overall, you could expect degree drops more like 8 degrees, taking us to Ice Age level scenarios. So what does that all mean? Well, with Fallout 76 only being set a mere 25 years after the Great War and dropping of nuclear devices worldwide, we could see an actual nuclear winter. Perhaps we will be playing Fallout 76 in the snow, which could be a really cool change of scenery for a Fallout game. I don't know how likely this is because it would detract from the main sort of scorched wasteland aesthetic, but it certainly does make sense. Like, imagine you're going through the mountains of West Virginia in your vault suit with your co-op buddies, and then all of a sudden, like, there's this Yaogwai sniffing around coming out of its snowy cave, and you're like having this big fight with it. And I don't know, it just could be a really interesting change. I don't know if it's that likely though. I just feel like Bethesda won't do it. Maybe there are some snowy areas, for example, like you go higher up in the mountains or something, and there's some locations there with snow. I'm sure they could incorporate snow, but I don't know if they just do, oh, let's blanket the entire map with snow. It just doesn't feel like that's gonna happen. But I think technically it should happen. The world should be in a nuclear winter. But this isn't necessarily something I want. I mean, bits of it could be cool. I think I would like a bit of diversity in biomes. Like, I'd like a bit of snow over here, and I'd like some like deeper valleys with, you know, I don't know, maybe it's a bit warmer. I just know I'm sort of over everything being in snow. But in addition, there is actually some potential for some really cool new, like, extreme weathers, I guess. And especially if people have been theorizing that this is like a survival RPG with friends, like a co-op survival RPG, There could be some cool elements like more radioactive storms. We did see that in Fallout 4, but like maybe like rain with heavy soot, and it's like acidic, gross rain, and you sort of have to get out of there. And then maybe it actually has seasons or something, and there's actually winter comes and you hit with a snowstorm and it changes the entire map, and then it's all snowy and ice covered, but then later it changes. Like, you know, that could be a really cool idea. Whether they incorporate it or not, I don't know, but I will say, if you go back to Skyrim and in their 2011 keynote presentation, I think it was, the one where they're showing off all of the different mods that they were, basically mods or changes they were making after Skyrim actually came out or was finished, that the team was working on. Seasons was one of the things, and they were showing how, like, you know, there were autumn leaves falling and then the snow and then the spring, etc, etc, but that could be a really cool idea for the game. So maybe we will actually see some weather changes that actually affect the physical map itself, not just, oh, some rain came along and then it goes, and maybe snow comes along and then the whole place is blanketed in snow for a while. And that could be really cool for like different creatures, and you know, if this is a settlement building kind of thing, this could affect crops and sort of resource management. You need to sort of think about it when you're building up your little towns and stuff, that you've got to have crops that could supply it, but you've also got to account for winter and how you're gonna fight against that. Maybe you have to store food, and I don't know, maybe you store it in a vault. Maybe you can use a vault as a base. I don't know, we're just gonna get to real spitballing territory here. But overall, a nuclear winter does make sense for the setting of Fallout 76. Whether it will happen or not, I don't know, but after all, if you've been playing Fallout New Vegas, patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Thanks very much for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let us know what your thoughts are on a potential nuclear winter for Fallout 76. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe for more, and it's not too long until the E3 presentation, and we have all of our answers. Alright, I'll see you next time.